Sade from Intuition Chats, and we're going to talk about interactions with men, how women interact with men, how it's perceived, all that jazz. Okay, so it is 2023 0813 at approximately 15:53 here on the East Coast of the United States. Okay, first thing, you don't have a male best friend forever. You have associations, and those associations end at certain thresholds. You're not speaking to them after the sun goes down unless that's your business partner and there's some valid emergency. And it's only about that emergency. If it starts to bleed into other conversations, you're cutting it off, and you don't have to and don't talk to me again, feminine. Because I've seen some craziness these days. You're just we're not going into to that. We're keeping it business, and I would like for it to stay that way. You don't have to be in masculine energy to communicate to a man, because if we weren't in this physical form, this physical was off, how would he be able to recognize you as a female? Think about it like that. Because yeah, yes, your physical body is feminine, but your energy could be masculine. So these best friends, these male best friends, they're waiting for a chance for your man to slip up. Now, maybe through school, maybe through other things, you have had associations with men. However, those relationships change as you get into your elder years. I would say 21 and up. 24 if you probably going to like get a master's, or continue your education or some sort of program. You might have more interactions with men in that more intimate setting to where you're communicating a lot more. But ultimately, you're not having a best friend that's a male, because they're looking to eventually have a chance with you. Unless they're completely not attracted to you, they've expressed, I'm not attracted to you, then that could potentially be a friend. However, have an understanding that he is going to want a partner, a woman, and therefore you're not going to have his time. So you thinking, oh, I'm calling my best friend, and my best friend is going to. No. You might call on your male associate to, okay, well, I'm about to buy a car, could you assist me in this? If he's not with someone, then maybe he could assist. But best believe, if he has a woman, she has his time and attention, and you need to fall all the way back. Actually, fall off a cliff. Okay? I'm just saying, because what do y'all think this life is about? The divine divided energy into male and feminine energy, masculine, feminine energy. So yeah, we kind of get lost in the sauce and thinking that it's just fun and it's this and he's my friend and we hang out. People are looking for their wives. Men are looking for their wives. Women are positioning themselves to be wives. So what are you doing? You're being a hindrance to someone's destiny, and you need a left face. Again, the cliff is okay. I'm not. I'm not asking people to unalive themselves. Now, don't get antsy. Now, I'm just saying it's a serious matter. Okay. Time spent. How much time are you spending with these men? Because you need to be focusing on your betterments. If this man isn't um, a potential, a suitor pursuing you, then you need to not be giving him so much of your time, because he wants your time. And he might just want your time because, oh, it's for my ego. Like, I can hang out, have access to this woman. Eventually, I'm going to get her to a point. Maybe we have some drinks, or maybe she's, at a weaker point in her life, and she's just like, okay, whatever. I'll call my BFF. Exactly. See, you don't have male best friends. You don't. You do not. You don't. Because think about it too. Once you're actually married, because that's the goal, right? When you're married, how are you having that same time spent with your BFF when you got a whole husband? How? I'll wait. I'll wait a little bit because I only got 15 minutes on this video. My little, what's this like? Okra water, peach, orange, pineapple. Delicioso. You don't have a male best friend. Stop it. Just stop. And let me give you a few little testimonies to show you don't have a male best friend. Guy I used to work with, nice guy. Like, I mean, until a certain point, I probably would have entertained. At first, again, I'm thinking best friend, thinking a good friend. We work together. It's not many of us looking like us there, but eventually he was kind of alluding to things, and then said like, I'm interested in you, and I was just like, well, I didn't really know. But in the midst of our friendship, he's mentioned things that I could not get behind because I would have to get behind or under the wing of my man, and those are just no goes for me because I am a divine being myself. I'm a high priestess. What does a high priestess look like not expressing anything? Now, mind you, a high priestess is, the quiet, silent, keeping the secrets locked and whatnot. But high priestesses also have a mission as a messenger. So if my partner is saying like, "Oh, I'm the man of the house. You can't say nothing. You can't talk back," that is a bunch of red flags on the play. Because my experience has been, what I say or think or do is too much, or it's just far out there, and why are you so different? I had to fight through all of that and build myself up to the point where I know myself well enough to say, this is who I am. This is how I express myself. This is how I love. This is how I share. And so my partner would have to get that and understand it. Now I'm completely open to like let's shift it a little bit. Maybe certain topics or maybe this. My husband, husband doesn't agree with, then okay, fine. I entertain it. But you saying I can't say nothing? I just gotta be a quiet, just throw me in a closet? I like foreplay. Okay. Foreplay, we gotta be talking. I'm mental. You got my mind. Literally, I'm not mostly like a physical attributes. There's certain things, of course, I like nice arms, I like nice legs, teeth, and fingers. Okay, that's my thing. Cause with skin, I can work on skin. I take care of my skin. I take care of other skin. But certain things you can't really fix. But you get my mind, and you funny. Hello. Okay. Perception from the outside looking in. So you're spending time with these men, or you're having other conversations with men, or physical interactions with men. You need to be thinking about that perception. So when men are coming up and they want to hug your waist and this, that, and the other, I've had to give. I literally, like, there was this club owner, and he's always hugging like all the girls and stuff around, and like he knows my people in my some people in my family, and he always tries to like approach me to hug because he's like hugging on all the girls because people like the hype of the celebrity of who owns the club and who's popping the bottles, who's in VIP. But when I guess he kind of forgets a little bit. I don't really go to this club much at all anymore. And so he came over to give me a hug, and I had to give him the two fingers. Like, we not doing that. Because you're not about to hug my waist. For one, you're hugging every female up in here. That's a lot of energy. I need you to do a Palo Santo bath, a salt bath, a cleanse, all that. Because I don't, that's not even how I operate. You can't come here with that. And then the other thing is, you're not hugging my waist. What do you need to touch me for? You can say hello, what's up, get head nod, just bump, something like that. But that perception, I don't need for my man when I'm going out, other men being so used to, oh yeah, I could hug Sade waist. I can. No. You can. Two fingers. Just, no. Because you forgot already. I could just, no, it's okay. Hold back. Represent yourself well, proximity with men. That's pretty much the same thing, perception. How you talk to men about men. There's so many like podcasts of people being on the show and men do that and rah 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 and rah rah, and it's like, do you realize other men are watching and seeing this? So this is how you really think and believe what man is really going to want to pursue you in the sense of this is going to be my future wife. I mean, really think about people. There's so much like push for branding. Oh, I'm branding and I'm getting monetized and all this. Your brand is literally who you are. And if you stay true to yourself and you're not split from who you actually are, you'll realize these interactions I'm having are going to take me for the long run throughout my life. When you see these reunions of like hip hop, right? When Queen Latifah is bringing out Brandy and MC Light, because these relationships have had longevity and you've had to curate those relationships for a long period of time. So when you finally marry, you have to realize you should be at a point where you don't have to completely rearrange stuff. Now, I've personally in my journey had to correct some men that I've had interactions with, like being one of my classmates. Okay, we worked on a project together. Okay, everything's cool. Ran into him again, just outside in public. Hey, what's up? How you been? Cordial, whatever. But he was wanting to take that further, and I'm like, wait, let me correct you. This is not the direction we're going. And that's not to say that someone that I've had an interaction with as a friend or as an associate couldn't potentially be a love interest, but they're not a love interest. They're not a suitor, and therefore I have to move about in a certain way to ensure that my future husband does not have additional thoughts of what is going on here. I clear that all the way up. I even had another childhood friend that ran into in a club. Y'all probably think I club all the time. So I ran into him at a club, and it was just like, oh, okay, cool, blah, 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 and just catching up a little bit. And homeboy hit me with, oh, hey, sexy, how you doing? Sexy? That I am, but you're not about to call me that. You better keep that in your noggin. And I think I'll just make a whole video on how to de-escalate situation and a tone and feminine energy, because we're coming up on our 15 minutes for this segment on interactions with men. I hope you gained something from it. Let's go to the next one. All right.